1 ringy dingy. 2 ringy dingy. I almost forgot about this one until it came up in my memories. Users submitted a ticket for a problem with their desk phones, so I swapped out the unit and closed the ticket. Later in the day, they reopened the ticket with a note saying that since the phone had been replaced, they could not hear it ring. Head back to their office to see what's going on. What's your phone number? / rattle off the phone number. / dial number with my cell phone. / phone rings. You can't hear that. Oh, it's a different ringtone. I didn't know where it was coming from. You've got the only phone and only desk in the room. The entire hallway is empty. Yeah, it will. And the lights are flashing. Just go away. I'll talk to your boss about your attitude. Yuri, my knight in shining armor, by user Savannah Farrell. A lot of posts on this sub are about annoying users, and I have plenty of tales about them. But this is a tale about one of the reasons I love my job. I was working at a law firm a while back. It was a very quiet office. But one afternoon I heard someone scream no. Then I heard someone running towards my office. The user burst in saying she'd been working on a document all day, facing a tight deadline. But when she closed out of the doc, she accidentally clicked no instead of yes when prompted to save her changes. While I was taking a look, she kept saying things like, "I am so stupid." But I was quickly able to recover her doc. She was so amazed and relieved. The next day, I found a handwritten thank you card and a $25 gift card on my desk. In the card, and ever since, she referred to me as her knight in shining armor. So even though it was a simple fix for me, it meant everything to her. I love those kinds of issues. The Italian grandmother who wouldn't he let me go hungry wholesome, by user Unky Confidence. This came to mind a few months ago. Years ago, in the late 90s through the early 2010s, I had a retired insurance executive I provided regular PC tech support for. His name was Rich, and he retired around 1996 after a long career, so he didn't exactly grow up with computers, but he wanted to be able to Skype with his grandkids and family across the world, as they were empty nesters at this point. He had regular questions and issues, most of which was simple, typical stuff. How do I find this Word document I made? How do I save a favorite website icon? How do I print an envelope? And so on. Basic, easy stuff, never complicated, and he was always very grateful for the help. But here's where it gets fun. His wife Rita was a first-generation American from an Italian family. If you're familiar with Italians, this means you must eat when you're in their home. Since Rich had regular tech questions, it was pretty common for me to be there about once a month or so. And Rita insisted on feeding me each time, and feed me she did. Homemade pastas, sauces, lemonade, roasted pork chops, cookies, bars, desserts, you name it. Each dish described as it was placed before me. I never left hungry, and Rich also insisted on giving me a few bucks, around $20 US each time. I always left with cash and a full belly. Rich passed away about 10 years ago, but Rita is still around. Her family moved her into an assisted care facility, and her daughter now lives in the area too, and we happened to run into them last December at 2024. I hadn't seen Rita in a few years, and she warmly remembered me with as big of a hug a 92-year-old tiny, frail Italian woman could give. It almost made me cry. Her daughter had the wherewithal to take a picture of us too, and she sent it to me. Just goes to show that some users really are grateful and kind. When headphones mysteriously change the volume by themselves, by user take due to 1701. Another story from a few years ago. A coworker had some funny behavior of her headphones. They would randomly change the volume between normal, low, or completely quiet. It happened every time she put them on or off her head. I was looking at them, trying them on, thinking maybe it was something with the mic boom changing angle and a hidden switch inside or something like that. At one moment I was sitting right beside her, watching when she was putting them on. And there I saw it. You know how you usually put those over-the-ear headphones on? You grab them with both hands, one hand on each side, thumb on the back side and other fingers on the front. Well, right where you put the left thumb was the volume control. Who made that design decision? I was remembered recently because it happened again to her that she could not hear anything. We then both remembered that story. At it was the left side, not right. Fastest analyst in the West, actually the Southeast, but close enough, by user the barcode lad. So I am just sitting there, a typical Wednesday morning, first day in office that week. Thank you, hybrid working. Not many support calls, ticket queue quite low for me, phone's relatively quiet. I get an email. Dollar user account locked out on decone. Okay, cool, I think to myself. I'll wait and see if I get a call. Not 10 seconds later, I get a call. The disk phone says it is this new user. She has been here about 2 weeks now. She hasn't called to complain about anything before. Everything has been fine for her. So I pick up, and as we talk, I unlock her account on the DC. She says her keyboard doesn't work. I press further. Are you at a new desk? We hot desk. Nope, same desk as before. What happens when you press the caps lock key? Oh, it turns itself back off. Is there anything resting on your keyboard? Nope, it is just the keyboard. Can you unplug the keyboard and plug it back in again? Yet, she persists. I don't know her level of techno ability. So I decide to make the trip up the 2 flights of stairs. I get to the desk she said she was at. She is there. So is all of her equipment. But she had her laptop sitting atop its case, which sat atop the keyboard and mouse, which clearly had buttons being depressed. Naturally, this depressed my buttons too. You need to take your laptop off the keyboard. She stared at me blankly. No expression, no thought. So I reiterated. You need to take your laptop off the keyboard. It is pressing the buttons and preventing you from typing. She lifted it off, set it down in front of the keyboard, then said, look, my caps lock is weirder. Because the laptop registered it as being constantly depressed, it had somehow desynchronized the caps lock between her Citrix session and her actual keyboard. So I unplugged it from the dock, pressed caps lock, plugged it back in, all was fine. Could you just log in for me, please? Damn, bosh done. She is in. And stupid. I went down, chatted with the other analyst who was in, told him everything that happened. He laughed because he watched me get up and rush upstairs. I laughed because you cannot be this stupid with tech and be 25 years old. All in all, the issue took probably 2 minutes to resolve from start to finish. Which is not the fastest call I've ever had, but it was damn close. And I managed to write this essay about it. I like to ramble. 3.